Tom Hardy's commented on something, which.
Well, that we wrote.
Oh no! Yeah,
Oh.
exactly. In the PO box below.
Multiverse.
But to kick off this
Done a
episode,
big multiverse shit.
speaking of multiverse,
And the poos.
McDonald's has had a multiverse
Oh my
because
god.
ice cream machine can now be fixed legally by McDonald's. Because I didn't know McDonald's McFlurry machines were third party. They only could fix them remotely before. That's why whenever we've gone to the drive-thru before and they say, "Oi, can I have a Big Mac? Can I have a Big Mac
McFlurry?
Big Mac McFlurry, boss man?" And they say, "Oh, the ice cream machine's broken." They weren't lying.
Is that what they said?
The ice cream machine's broken.
That is that's
the
some
most random.
That's some genuine
shock.
like normal news.
Yeah,
And it's on here.
McFlurry machines can now be fixed by McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. He's fixing it. That should be the advert.
Only like 30 years too
That
late.
should be the advert for it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nerd Bible Podcast for the first time or for the
For the
last
last.
time.
because of the camera or anything, not because of anything dramatic.
Hey, we had an episode yesterday where like nothing broke. So
8 weeks ago.
I mean,
8 weeks in the future.
The future. Oh,
once,
it's scary.
once and future.
I've also I had all my hair.
He's
yesterday.
had a buzz cut. He's done a Tom Holland.
I had all my hair yesterday. Yeah.
You've done a Tom
Do
Holland.
you know what it was? Right. So I've gone from
It's the gin. He's getting to him. He's got the Tom Hardy.
I've
Tom
got-
Tom Holland. Shit.
yeah. I've
sorry.
got a big space. Oh, I'm George. That's Connor. I've got a big space like symbiote in the ear going. Oh, tell me this multiverse shit, Eddie. And I'm like, my name's not Eddie.
Not yet.
Oh, not yet. Ooh, yes. I'm actually Venom. No, just
but my name is Max.
maybe this is my new thing. Is I go from either looking like Matt Smith wearing the wig in Time of the Doctor
Or having a mohawk.
to Matt Smith under the wig in Time of the Doctor because he shaved all his hair off for that film. I never
Yes,
watched.
I will shave my hair off for
Did you-
not for this film.
Did you actually ever watch Lost River?
No.
The
What's
Ryan
this with
Gosling
that?
film that
No.
So it was
Matt
Ryan,
Smith, right?
Ryan Gosling's directorial
Yeah.
debut,
Yeah.
and that's the reason he buzz cutted his hair.
Mm.
And why he has to. And the last ever appearance of Matt Smith's hair in Doctor Who is
Fake.
Day of the Doctor,
Mm.
and then he wears the wig in Time of the Doctor, and then the wig becomes the plot point because they put then the bald cap on him because the Doctor shaved his head to put a key of the TARDIS in his wig. It's a whole thing. But yeah, I did. To be fair, do you know what it was? I mean, I did ask him for more of a fade on the side, and then normally it's a bit longer, but I was like, I just need it to just.
He faded the top instead.
It's also because I've just had a shower, so it looks a lot flatter than it is.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
I'll take your word.
I mean, it's fine. It's not the shortest I've ever had it. As a kid, I used to be like number 2 all over. Fuck him.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Any short, you look like John Cena right about now.
John
Maybe
Cena.
15 years ago, 08 Cena in his prime.
Oh, wait, Cena. I'll take
Yeah.
that. You just look like Cody Rhodes' accountant. So
How do you even know? I say, how do you even know what Cody Rhodes is? But you've, of course, McMahon.
yeah, I'm the McMahon now.
You
And he
are
was on,
McMahon.
and Cody Rhodes was on Blue Peter the other day.
Out of all things, wow.
Yeah.
The WWE Universal Champion.
Look at
Reigning, defending, current.
look at
Forever
the,
Universal Champion.
look at the
Okay.
TikTok of Blue Peter, and it's like
Wow, that's random.
it's like him behind the scenes and stuff. I'm like, I like Cody Rhodes.
He seems like a
he
cool
gives
guy.
off good personality.
And he doesn't seem like a dickhead in real life. Like
Yeah.
he does. He's gone through a real journey,
It's like
in and off screen, on and off
So
screen.
as the resident item on this show that I've not just made up, George, a person who doesn't really watch wrestling, rating some wrestlers. So I'd say, if I had to say, like, you know, the wrestlers I like, because we had a brief conversation with it when, like, me and my mate played football the other day, and I was like,
Oh, really?
yeah. I mean,
Why won't I have heard part of this
I
conversation?
think I was like, well, like, did you watch the McMahon documentary? And that's how it started. And I was like, yeah, I've kind of, I appreciate it. And I watched Fighting with My Family again, not last night, night before.
Oh,
Did love
nice.
that film.
Nice. I need to rewatch it.
I'd say as wrestlers, we're not going to count acting careers because that could harper Dwayne Johnson. So I'd say,
Yeah.
Oh,
shit, that's a red one.
Steve Austin,
As your favourite.
as ones I like.
Okay,
I
yeah.
don't think I have a definitive one.
Like number one.
Maybe I'll try and pick one. If you threaten me after I
Hell
name
yeah.
them all, you,
Give me a hell yeah.
yeah, I'll say so. Stone Cold, The
Mm.
Rock,
Mhm.
Batista, but I never really saw enough of him wrestle anyway.
In ring,
He was
yeah.
always kind of like a.
He was
secondary.
when he went into. Well, he was kind of a secondary wrestler. Yeah, I second that. But when he went into the
Do
Hollywood
you like that we're
scene,
talking about wrestling and it's only taken like 6 years?
wasn't expecting it. I mean,
Okay.
this is cool. On the
Hey.
fly.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, man.
Thank you.
Sorry, yeah, carry on.
Yeah,
It's secondary
goddamn.
because it's like there's the main
Yeah.
one that they're pushing for. That's the character. There's the character of the storyline.
Of multiple stories. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, but Cody
But like
Rhodes
the
at
main
the
guy.
minute is that
He's
guy.
the main guy. Like,
he
he's
is
the
the,
main-
poster boy.
He's the protagonist.
I like that. He
Yes.
is the protagonist.
Yeah, he's
The world heavyweight protagonist.
He's John David Washington, and it's bonfire night, by the way. Happy election night,
It's John
America!
David Bonfire Night.
We're celebrating the election. Well done, Donald. I mean, Kamala Harris. Hopefully, please God, vote for women's rights. Hey, you know how
Wow.
Nigel Farage is like the MP for Clacton? He's meant to be doing stuff for his constituency. Fucked off to America to go to the Trump rally. Well done, Clacton. That's what you voted for. A man who's not doing his fucking job. Anyway,
Oh dear.
so yeah,
Oh dear.
Batista was very secondary. Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
No.
And then like Cena, I like,
Mhm.
and I like him also because he's a really nice guy. He's the most ever like person, like he's completed the most wishes on Make a Wish.
Make a Wish. Yeah. I think that's still to this day.
And
Yeah.
genuinely a really nice guy.
Yeah.
And then new generation, I'm not as familiar with. I liked Rey Mysterio back in the day.
Yeah,
like that was
he's
kind of
a
my
Charles
area.
favourite. Yeah. Can't go
Um,
wrong with Ray.
Ray.
Dominic, on the other hand, though, little prick.
Yeah, you said there's some beef there. A few years ago, we talked about beef on that, and I was like, I don't know what it means, but now maybe I do now. I don't know. And I like Rhodes. Who's the one that he fought?
Who? Ray, Cody, Cena. Who fought who?
Who Cody fought? Who?
Cody fought Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like because he in real life had leukemia, didn't he?
He did, yeah, and may still have it, but no, he essentially it was a life-threatening illness. He came, yeah, it affected him properly a couple
Because
of
he
years
kind of
ago.
went away and then didn't
He
really say
did.
anything. And
He
then
did,
said,
and then
"This is why
basically
I've been
came
gone."
back summer of 2020, and he's been the poster boy for the last 4 years.
Would you say Roman Reigns is the antagonist at the moment?
Yeah, but he's reverted back from being a heel to a babyface. So
Yeah.
he's now the second protagonist, along with Cody.
So it's like Roman Reigns is the roadie to Cody's Tony Stark,
Sure,
like
yes,
sidekick,
sure.
or are they like Cap and Iron?
I'd say, yeah, but Roman has been
That's
the
fueled with
Iron
sexual
Man.
tension. Then
Roman has been the Iron Man for
Okay.
4 years,
Okay.
and Cody has been the
he's Captain
he is the
America.
Patriot. Yeah, he is the
He's the Iron
red,
Patriot.
white. He is the red, white,
It's
and blue.
Norman Osborn from Secret
Oh, God,
Avengers.
no. But he is the red, white, and blue American champion.
And speaking of American
Yeah.
champions,
We're not American.
yeah, that.
Yes.
I mean, we've got our own shit show with the government, but it's slightly better because all the rich people are getting annoyed by the new taxes, which is always a good sign. And if you're annoyed that rich people are annoyed,
That's a
you
good.
don't earn enough money to be that annoyed. If you're bothered about a celebrity having to pay extra on his private jet, then you need to shake your fucking head around and get real. But yeah, should we cover both bases for the election? Look, you know,
It's
It's
the
weird
day out there.
it's-
The fireworks in Sky.
it's weird that our election was on July the 4th, American Independence Day, and America have chosen to do it on November the 5th, which is a well-known
This guy falls.
pagan terrorism act
Oh
from the past.
dear.
Yeah, Guy Fawkes.
Yeah, Guy Fawkes. Yeah.
Whether that says enough about Trump, you know, I'll leave that up to you.
Donald Trump.
Donald. Oh no, it's just he's such a fucking. Oh, it's,
But one person that could be Donald Trump without being Donald Trump was Sebastian Stan.
he could be. Oh, have you seen
in The
Apprentice?
Yeah.
You seen The Apprentice?
There's no Alan Sugar cameo, unfortunately. No. I was waiting.
But then
for
the Americans made it up first, so
that. But it
they
was
didn't
fun.
cross over. Like it wasn't
No.
Alan Sugar going, "You're part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it yet."
Exactly. He wasn't. The
What are
Nick
you
Fury-
doing?
He
What are
wasn't.
you doing in Trump
Yeah.
Tower?
He wasn't the Nick Fury in the cinematic universe. No,
He's Nick
unfortunately.
Furious.
He is
Tell
Nick
you
Fury.
that for tell you that for Nout. Very angry old man. But oh, you saw The Apprentice.
Yeah.
I was going to say
Couple
a
of
joke about American man Donald Trump. Can't think of it. Probably wasn't that important. If you're American and listening, please use your vote. If you're going to vote, just vote. Doesn't matter who for. Doesn't really affect me because I don't have to live with it. If it
It's
affects
certainly not
you.
You over there.
Because I always say that to people that are always like, "Oh, I don't vote. I don't bother voting." But it's like, especially over here, if you don't, this is like we talked about the McFlurry machine getting fixed. We talk about politics, all the things, all the things we're not legally meant to discuss on this podcast.
Mm.
But if you don't vote, I think mainly in this country, so you vote by constituency, which is like your area, and then the seat goes to that MP, and then the most seats that party wins. So if you don't vote, your vote, if you're registered to vote, goes towards the current constituency occupants anyway. So you're kind of voting. The best thing you can do if you don't want to vote, go and spoil your thing so it can get thrown out. So at least you can say, I wholeheartedly had no plot in this
The
election.
fate of the world.
Fate of the world, fate of the universe.
Fate of the world.
But enough with real world shenanigans.
No.
Let's talk
Let's
about.
escape from it.
We're going to be talking about Agatha all along. Well, Connor's going to tell me all about it because I've still not watched any of
all
it.
along. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
you give me the idiot's guide because it's going to be. It's
Idiot-
quite
the
fast and
idiot's
loose
guide.
this week.
I say, but don't.
We did
But
2
guys,
hours-
if you
we
watch
did
it,
2 hours,
don't-
eight weeks in the future.
yeah.
And that was a lot, but that was fun.
Don't feel like an idiot if you haven't kept up with Agatha all along, though, because it's especially towards the end. It really you have to kind of pay attention to it because a lot of it kind of went over my head.
A lot of it was wizards.
Over
I
my
heard
headlines.
I heard there was wizards and witches.
Wizards and witches.
Yeah.
Maybe Dungeons and Dragons too. Oi. Maybe it's Silver Surface.
Witches ain't
what?
shit. I don't know. I can't think of any. Can't
Witches
think of
ain't
any.
shit,
But
but
But-
potions and
Posh?
but potions and tricks.
Okay.
I could say something else. More explicit, but-
Billy Maximoff.
Who?
Well, we know who's in it. Wiccan.
Who's that?
Billy.
Who's Billy?
Uh,
I know Billy Kaplan in the show, but who's Billy
yeah, that's
Maximoff?
because he's Billy Maximoff.
But-
It's
but-
revealed,
but
like, he took-
Who's
'cause
that
then-
character? I don't know who you're on about.
And then he creates the Witch's Road, doesn't he, or some shit?
Down the road, copyrighted
Is
song.
the theme tune
Hmm.
Agatha All Along?
No,
What the fuck? was
it
the
doesn't
point?
get used once, and that was frustrating.
That is
And
kind-
it's so much that I hit the mic.
That is kind of a good fuck you, though.
Yeah, they don't use it.
Hmm.
But they brought Ralph Boner back. I mean, that wasn't a spoiler, but that's like mid-season,
Hmm.
and it was only for a scene.
Stiff competition, eh? Anyway,
Yes,
I saw a film. You saw a
You
film.
saw a film.
I didn't see a
see
film in the
films.
cinema.
No, I did see films in the cinema.
How many films did you see in the cinema? More than one?
More
Oh
than-
no, I did see a film in the cinema.
Yeah, what-
I
yeah.
saw.
I can't remember what the fuck I watched last.
I saw the 15th anniversary re-release on Halloween, no less.
Yeah, something not at the cinema, but something I did watch because people at work mentioned, like you and your football mates mentioned wrestling. I got told we
Mhm.
can do it in any order, but I got told to watch Hocus Pocus. It was like one of the Halloween films I'd never seen
You've never seen Hocus Pocus?
ever
Oh.
until like a
Do
couple
you like
months
it?
ago. It's weird, but it's not left me. I don't quite know how I feel about it. I don't quite know, and I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Weird, but it's not left me. That could be.
Yeah,
We could.
I
use
feel
that
like
as a
I'm still
catchphrase.
affected.
That could
by
be
it.
so easily
I've been
attributed to anything.
hexed.
You've been hexed. What
Yeah.
the hex?
Yeah, it's just really random. Yeah, Hocus Pocus. That's the film from
The past.
over 30 years ago. Yeah, and I only caught round to it.
Yes,
But
that's
yeah,
cool. You enjoyed it.
what's your thoughts on Hocus Pocus?
I've not rewatched it in a while. The first one I like. I've
Hmm.
not seen the
The
second,
second
one.
one. But no one comes back apart from the witch.
Lara's more of a fan of Hocus Pocus, so
Hmm.
I'll get her opinion and then I'll shout it at you next week.
Ah, Hocus Pocus is great.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Oh, so you've seen Hocus Pocus? I
Really
watched the
randomly.
15th anniversary of Coraline on Halloween night because it's one of my sister's favorite films, and that it'd come back in because she'd seen it earlier in the year for the actual 15th anniversary, and then they put it back in for Halloween because I think they did a couple of things. They did like Nightmare on Elm Street was back in.
They did. I didn't see
Pets
that.
of the
That was
Future
a one
Part
night
2 was
showing.
for the
That was for a
25th
few showings,
anniversary or
yeah.
something.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Or
35th.
35th anniversary. That's even more depressing because we're all going to die one day. There's a few things.
Mm.
And then there was that, and we went to the 6 o'clock show because it wasn't at any of the smaller cinemas; it was only at the big ones.
Yes.
So we saw that, and it was. I didn't realize they had to refilm stuff
What for
for that-
Coraline?
for Coraline. So there is, and it's a documentary that she'd seen at the end of it when she first saw it this year.
Right.
So it was like when the film begins. It's like there's a little preview, like Leica Films. It was their first studio film. It's also a Blu-ray that's out of print, and it's getting re-released. There's a new version of it coming soon.
Might be
I
getting a
think.
4K too.
There's a
maybe?
4K steelbook that's very nice. At the moment, I can only see US imports of it, but it's about 31 quid.
Could be worse.
So they talk about I'll stick around to the end of the film, see like special like reimagining Coraline or something like that.
Hmm.
So and the film's still really good, like it's still very pacey, and like I remember very vividly, like we both like we got the Blu-ray of it. I think the 3D Blu-ray of it, like 2008,
Yeah.
something like that. Watching it
Hmm.
for the first time, and it's a film that like I like. It's very well made, especially that style. And she loves that style. She likes that. Nightmare Before Christmas, Corpse Bride, all those kind of things.
Good old Tim Burton.
So it's very much
Coraline's not Tim Burton.
no, it's not Tim
No.
Burton, but very good. And at the end, they talk about how they had to. Some of them had already worked on it that still work there. Some of them hadn't worked with Coraline puppets before, but they'd use new technology to like. So it was new skeletons, so it was like printed models, so it could be a bit more durable and could work better. Because obviously that was their first film, so it was trying to be like cheap, but like so that they could use it. Like they had one main puppet for Coraline, whereas this they had many, so they could kind of like swap everything about a lot easier, and just trying to like make some of those scenes they reshot for the
This
3D
anniversary.
upscale and things like that.
So so this version, it isn't like
Some
George
like-
Lucas McClunky. It's the
it's-
same film, but
It's basically
it's better.
they've shot the same scenes,
Yeah,
but unless you had the 2000 and
like next to you,
the 2009,
side by side, 8 or 9, one of them.
2008 or 9. I thought it was 2007. No, it was 2009, so it would have been about 2010 when I watched it. So unless you had the 2009 Blu-ray
Original, and then you got the
and then
new
get
one.
the new one, it would be hard to You'd be
Distinguish
hard
them.
pressed to be like, oh, it was definitely this one.
Yeah. I remember walking into it in 2009 and walking out with my friend because it was more the audio that fucking got to my ears and I couldn't handle it. It was too intense for me.
Yeah.
We all left and I haven't seen Coraline since.
You haven't seen Coraline since?
No, but like so many animation films, the only animation I care about these days is Doctor Who. As long-time viewers know.
They do.
Big up Doctor Who.
Big up the Doctor.
But yeah, no,
But,
Coraline.
watch
It's a horror film. It is like post-Halloween.
Yeah, and you're a Halloween.
Halloween-y.
Harrowing. It's harrowing.
Harrowing.
It's very well done as well.
Yeah.
And the documentary was, I think, it's about 15, 20 minutes at the end.
Hmm.
So that was nice. And then, yeah.
It was like, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming out your way
Stick
to
around.
see the film.
And a few people did leave as soon as the film finished. And then, like, there was a few of us that waited around for that bit. Even though my sister had already seen it, she was like,
Was it right
she knew that I
after the
would-
credits? Did you
Yeah,
have
like,
to-
right to the end, like right
Yeah.
through the end of the credits.
So you had to stay there for,
Yeah.
like you say, an extra 20
Because
minutes.
she knows I'm into that kind of stuff. Like, she
Yeah.
stayed and watched it again. It was just like, it's so amazing that
Is that
the
documentary
technology
not?
then and then the technology now.
Would it not be included on this new
Hopefully
release?
on the new release, yeah, we'll
think?
have to find out because it's a different cover art style.
Yeah.
Well, not art style, like it's still blue and it has Coraline on it, but it's like a different one. The picture's clearer and it has a big Leica film badge at the top. So I don't know if Leica have had more of a thing of like, let's put this back out there because this is 15 years old. And they talk about having to recreate some of the costumes as well, but with newer materials to try and make it look like it's 2009.
Vintage.
Yeah.
Vintage
cool, man.
is
It's really cool.
2009.
Pick that up if you can. So I saw that and I watched last night, well, a couple of nights ago, I watched the new Peter Dinklage, Josh Brolin film Brothers from Amazon Prime.
Brothers.
It's a comedy where they're brothers
Yeah.
and Glenn Close is their mum. They're all criminals and they were abandoned by their mum years ago.
Oh, lovely.
It's funny. It's not going to set your list on fire. It's
No.
about mid-table for me. I've enjoyed it. It's
Was
okay.
it feel good enough?
There's a few moments where I did generally have like a big laugh.
Okay, good. All right.
Other than that, it was okay.
Something I randomly watched with Netflix, going back to like the more thriller side of things. It wasn't an outright horror film, but it's more creepy because again, rural America, God knows this shit's happening left, right, and center. Especially you live in the woods. A movie called Don't Move on Netflix.
Oh,
Essentially, without getting into it, but essentially a woman getting drugged and a guy's after her who's going to abuse her, and it's how does she survive for an hour and a half. It's only a 90-minute quick flick, but it's scary because you're in the middle of nowhere. She literally, her cells shut down with the drug that she gets injected with, and it's a case of what the fuck do you do because you're fucked. But I won't get into it because it's one that you kind of have to see. Again, isn't going to set your list on fire, but it was still believable enough so I can sort of go past the stupidity of the film in certain bits. Like I felt for it. No actors I know, so names escape me, but decent Netflix watch for once.
you done Woman of the Hour?
Woman of the Hour.
Yeah, Anna Kendrick's directorial debut, based on a true story about a. Got 6% left on my phone. Is this going to work? Anna Kendrick. It went on then. I want to say like last Friday, maybe, because it was one of the big sort of coming soon things. Woman of the Hour, 2020. Oh, it says 2023. I'm counting as a 2024 movie because it's only just released on Netflix.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, it was probably one that was at a premiere, like Fantastic Fest. And
Yeah, it's only just come on English Netflix, so
yeah, it was at the TIFF.
I like the TIFF.
Toronto
and then
National Film
released this year
Festival,
in the
yeah.
United States as well. 94 minutes, so it's nice. It's a nice tight compact thing. based on the true story of the Wyoming serial killer Rodney Alcala. Takes a photo of women, and it was big into like strangling them until they pass out, and either keep doing that, like sexually assaulting them, and other such things as you can imagine, beating them up and taking sort of like sexually provocative pictures like Polaroids and keeping them as well, and murdering. But
sounds like my one, but more again true stories. Give it more bonus points.
And he goes on basically like the dating game. He got over here it was blind date, so it was three men or three women, and then like so Anna Kendrick's the woman. She's like a struggling actress, and she gets it's not linear. And there's some really good choice shots in this for her, feature film directorial debut. Quite good. So like you'll like some artsy bits in there, especially with some car door mirrors in there. It's quite nice.
Car door mirrors. I've never been excited about a car door
mirror.
Like
when he'll get in like with one of the victims, and then it just like like the mirror, like the shots just of the door mirror. The mirror.
You can see the reflection.
It's just focusing on the girl crying and stuff, and it's
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Some good stuff. So it like cuts back and forth between victims and sort of like ends with his first victim, because it's a girl that say it's spoilers, but it's true life. Like one of his earlier victims escaped.
Ooh.
So like I think he hit her over the head with a rock, like knocked her out.
If you smell what it's cooking,
like done some naughty things to her. She woke up, but she took control of the situation. Was just like
owned it.
She like it's really like clever. Like this woman, like power to you fucking getting out of that situation. She basically says like, should we just like let's not tell anyone about this. Let's go back to your place. Really sort of because that was kind of at the turning point. I think where he kind of like had she sort of reacted badly, he would have probably just killed her,
done her in. Yeah.
So and managed to get. So they were driving back. He gets out to pee at a gas station. She just legs it, calls the police on him, and they come and get him arrested. He gets released on bail by his mother, I think, because Lyle was researching it while we were watching it. Bail's and in the time when he got posted bail, he murdered 2 people.
Oh,
yeah, young and quite young victims, and he's got like in his portfolio like loads of these people. And
is this guy still alive?
No, he died in prison.
He did die in prison,
thankfully.
Yeah.
He kept obviously loads of photos, because he was a photographer, and then that was kind of his thing. Like his,
Who else is in this film? Is Anna Kendrick is the woman, and it's
Anna Kendrick. And I don't really know.
No one else.
There's not really anyone that I recognised.
Well, no one I recognise in my Don't Move.
Possibly, like I don't know. You might do, but she's So like there's and they do like the whole thing of like they give you the true stuff at the end, like the text
photos and stuff. Yeah.
But apparently there was, I think this was the bit where she was researching while we were watching it. There was loads of the photos that he had turned over to the police and then the public to try and be like, do you know anything? Because originally when he was arrested, when he got discovered, not long after the dating show thing, so he'd gone on the dating show at a point where he'd like been a serial killer, and it's him. Like Anna Kendrick's character picks him. They go on the date. Well, they're meant to go on a date like later on, but they have sort of like go for a drink, and then she sort of clocks on and just about gets away. And then it's not long after that in real life that he gets caught, because it's really like it sort of like darts around, like starts at the dating game and like cuts back to like flashbacks and then like in and out kind of thing.
Yeah, so the narrative, like you said, is non-linear, but it's a one that jumps around its point.
It jumps around quite a bit. It kind of ends at the beginning.
It is like modern day flashback.
Yeah, not like that. Yeah, it's
flashback.
Sort of a bit like
futuristic ending.
Why he is like he is, and like you see a fair few of his victims, sort of thing.
Okay. And jumps around a bit.
Yeah. So.
And what Women of the Hour? What is it called?
Woman of the Hour.
Woman of the Hour
on Netflix.
Still will be, unlike Disney Plus.
Yeah, but then some of the photos the police didn't turn over to the public because they were looking for like anyone knows any of these people, because they were originally thought it was 8 victims, believed to have been about 130.
8? How did 8 to 130?
There was 8
that were known,
that they knew of,
established,
and then they found more and more.
130
because he would take pictures of people anyway in general, but then like obviously like a lot of them would have been victims, and some of them would be like recognizing family members that went missing years ago and things like that, which is really shitty. But some of them were quite sexually like thingy images, like he would like I think one of them Well, I don't remember if it might be plagiarised, and go and look it up because it's it's
to.
terrifying. I had to watch an episode of Friday Night Dinner before I fell asleep last night just to chill
don't blame
myself
you.
out.
It's a Tuesday night, but I feel like I need Thursday's dinner, Wednesdays, and Fridays dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Random segue. Yeah.
there was one of them like he took up like he would take him to like a remote place and like do those kind of things and like, if not kill them like their place or whatever. It's
That's.
But like one of them, he took pictures of him like doing stuff
naughty
to
stuff.
her.
Yeah.
So and then it was like, oh, then they started to piece together more things. Were like, oh, there's a lot more fucking victims than we realised.
Okay.
Died in incarceration. The woman that Anna Kendrick played like moved away, and the girl that got away in the. I mean, it's kind of ruined, but it's kind of like a true story. It's a really tight 90 minutes anyway. She, the one that got away, is essentially, if she hadn't got away, it wouldn't have put him in prison because she then testified. Like it comes out of the thing, she testified against it, and as people put it in the court, she put the final nail in his coffin. And it's all thanks to the fact that she was savvy enough to take control of the situation, know that this guy's an absolute fucking psycho, and not let him, sort of get the upper hand. And just like she took control, got him away, got herself away.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate that he was, granted bail, and then 2 innocent people lost it. There were some really young victims as well, like as young as like
underage,
11 or 12
underage,
and stuff like that. And it's fucking shitty,
sickening.
Yeah, good film. The guy they cast as him is fucking creepy. I don't know. I've not seen him before, but
let's read it. No, again, my film. Never seen no one else in my one, but yeah.
And anyone that cares about my James Bond rewatch, I just finished License to Kill.
And I still haven't started.
You've got less than 30 days before they all come off
of Prime.
Yeah.
But guess what? They're not coming off of my shelf. Blu-ray.
Bang. Bang Ray. No, Bang Ray.
Bang Ray.
Well, just because I'm like, I don't own them all on Blu-ray, so I'm like, because I own a lot of them singly, so I was like, there's pointless me buying the big one. You don't care about my social media, my physical media collections.
Don't care about my social media, believe me.
Yeah. Because when I was dotting about and then I started at Dr. No, I finished License to Kill yesterday. So all I've got left is Brosnan and Craig. So if I don't finish any of them before they go off Prime, I've got them on Blu-ray and 4K. So
nice.
Oh, good. I will finish a complete watch through, and I'm sort of making a list as I go. That one's better than that one.
Yeah.
If I give you a brief look at my list so far.
The thing is, I do everything chronological anyway. So by the time I do Dr. No, it'll be number 1 in my ranking. But then I'll get 3 movies and be like, no, this is definitely last. But if I do it like you and do a random Bond watch along.
Sometimes
bondage.
That's how Dyson does it.
Random
old CD Calvin Dyson.
CD.
Sometimes he watches it in different orders, just so he like
CD player known as Calvin Dyson. Yeah.
Let me give you a
brief, I might do a random order.
Brief look at my list so far. I don't think I've put License on there.
I mean, that's always going to be that's excellent top 3. Good number
with 9 more still to watch.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know about the movie, but I love the Bottom One song. That when I think of Bond, I always think of.
I've had different because it's sometimes the first time I've watched all these films all the way through.
Spoiling one of the list, Golden Gun I'd put a lot higher. Thunderball I'd personally put last. Because it was from what my memory of me telling me now. Kind of going 8 weeks in the future, I might disagree.
Watch one, then do it. Is that better than that?
Yeah,
I found myself actually liking Dr. No a lot more than From Russia with Love.
Yeah, fine.
Because it's one of the first Bond films I remember watching. So.
They're 2 of the experimental ones. If anything, I think for me, Dr. No and From Russia are going to be the
my biggest gaps were Roger. I hadn't watched that all the way through. So Octopussy I enjoyed a lot
because
more.
So you've done
For Your Eyes Only I did enjoy, but not as much as others. Living Daylights.
So you said you've done all of Roger and done all of.
I've done all of Dalton.
Connery.
If I had to do,
and you've obviously done Mr. Lazenby.
I'd maybe say
Loch Ness Monster. Oh, yeah, yeah.
I could put it above Live and Let Die because I'm a big Dalton fan, but
yeah. That's the thing. I get. I've still the Dalton era. I think of them. I think of half the movie in each other. They get intertwined. But yeah,
I'd say GoldenEye, Casino Royale, and Skyfall.
Those top 3, though, I think are near definitive. I agree with those top 3. Maybe like order is subjective, but those top 3, I agree.
We'll see how Brosnan and Craig impact the rest of that list.
Oh, yeah, cool.
But yeah, that's my film so far. 28 of them.
And I haven't fucking wrote a few, so I don't know what number I'm at.
Oh, I've not done woman.
People that care about my list go a handful of episodes back. I will tell you them.
Woman of the hour. Where would I put it?
Oh, because you rank them as well. I
try,
add them
and
to the
then
list.
sometimes if I get to rewatch them because they've come on like streaming, then I'll.
Oh, I've still not done the Ministry of Darkness with the Undertaker Ungentlemanly Warfare film. Shit, not done that. Still.
Them two might swap when that goes up on the 12 on Disney Plus.
Wow, you're number one
at the moment.
Is that number one
at the moment? And
okay.
Because I was like Andrew Garfield, Florence Pugh movie will go at the top, but it doesn't come out till January.
Yeah, so that's next year.
So it will be from January the 1st till December the 31st. It very well might be number one the whole year.
A movie that will be in season, although it technically came out this January. I'd put The Holdovers on there if you've not seen it. I don't know if it's on any of the services, but check out The Holdovers if you want to get in the holiday mood.
I think I would put Woman of the Hour here. Not to say that it's shit.
No, we don't. It doesn't look shit. No, doesn't look shit.
Because I think anything under the Federer thing, I've not liked.
Fine.
I've liked something of that, like the Federer thing. I was like, it should have been longer. Brothers thing, I'm like, it's a bit lazy.
Who's brothers?
That's the Peter Dinklage, Josh Brolin one.
Oh, the one you just mentioned. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah.
So other than that, and I still need to put Madam Web in there because I need to.
Oh, spoiler! That's going to be top 3, guaranteed. That's got to be.
Venom will have to go in there when I eventually see it. But 29 films. Are you proud?
I'm happy. I'm incredibly happy for you. Yeah, I am incredibly happy.
There's a brief look at my top 10 so far. That's not bad. That's quite mixed.
Can't remember. I mean, I'm going to spoil it. No, I'm not going to spoil it. Okay, yeah. Animated film. I'm not saying. Yeah, no, I won't comment on the list. But yeah, no, yeah, that's yeah. Yeah.
Subject to maybe some change.
I know all of those names.
I do think that's going to drop. That they might swap. I'm tempted to say that if I rewatch them two, that maybe I'd like that more, and that would sort of.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, number 4 for me. I watched it and it's there.
Even though sometimes I don't have to look at it, like watch it again. Sometimes I'll think about it and how I felt and how like I like
how I feel about movies. If I like it, without spoiling my top 3 or anything, or to hint what's to come, because obviously you guys will have hopefully. I keep thinking this episode's in the future. This is now.
This is now. This one's now. Yesterday we did Christmas.
I'm still 8 weeks in the future mentally.
This is
normal.
This is a normal one.
This is a current timeline
Well,
episode.
like we were saying yesterday, or 8 weeks from now.
Yeah,
this is the most organised I think we've been with Christmas, because we did
Not in my head, but yeah,
we did our 2025 one already.
Yeah, we have.
That's done. We've done our Christmas one now. Obviously, I need to edit them at some point, which I will do. Hopefully, if not this week, next week. And we've just got the last one of December, our list one. So that's all we've got left. Because then we get a good three and a bit week break before we come back with Joy to the World, which isn't going to be necessarily a hard one to do anyway. So.
No. I'm just hoping for not Shooty's sake or Russell's sake, but it better be joyous.
It better be joyous to the worldus. But anyway,
yes, going back.
You saw The Apprentice.
Yeah, with Sebastian.
Tell us about that, because people that like Trump don't like stuff that badmouths him. People that don't like Trump don't want to see him like portrayed as a genuine person, and the rest of humanity is probably just bored of Trump.
Yeah, of all those,
What's the story in Trump-Amore today?
Trump-Amore. It's essentially his relationship between him and his business manager at the time. I mean, excuse me, while I was on my phone, the names escaped me because this was a couple of weeks ago since I watched it. But essentially, it's early Trump before he becomes the Trump that we all know and hate.
Subverting the sentence.
All know and hate. It's Roy Cohn. Like it's set in the 1970s and early 80s, and it ends when his fucking autobiography book, which names escapes me, is when that gets published. I think that was 1987. I think is when it ends. The Art of the Deal is when his biography came out, which was 1987. Yeah, so the film ends with that, and he becomes Trump then essentially because. Without putting Trump in a good light and Stan in a good light. I mean, Stan's in a gorgeous fucking Hollywood light. And I will keep watching Sebastian Stan till the day I die because he's just a wonderful, fabulous man that plays a really shitty person and scummy betrayal. And the thing is, you can't not like it. I like him, but you can't root for this character at all because of how far he falls.
And because of, like, he's still happening.
Yes. But then you look at how he became the way he came. The world of business and what it can do to innocent, naive people, and then how, in Trump's sense, and without spoiling it, like he sort of the student becomes the master.
Okay.
It's very Sith Lordy. Jeremy Strong is the Emperor Palpatine of the film, and Donald Trump is Darth Vader.
Jeremy Strong is that's a hell of an allegory.
Jeremy Strong is Ian McDermott, but maybe like 55 years young. I'm not saying Ian McDermott's 90.
Wow.
No offense to Ian. Shout out to Ian. I love his voice, and James Earl Jones's voice. But yes, Jeremy Strong, I know from The Gentleman, plays a similar character. But except a real life lawyer, and essentially the person that brought Trump into the fucking legal world of politics and business, damn it. But then this is also about his family and his siblings and upbringing before he became who he became. And I didn't really know none of this because, again, I'm not American and I'm not a Trump advocate, so I don't really know nothing anyway. So I went into it. Most biopics I go into it fucking blind as a mice, and I walk out mostly a different person, or I walk out and go, wow, I can really respect their story. This film, by the end of it, I fucking hate. Like, it's really like, oh, like I see why he's controversial. Like, it's really
one of them.
Like,
that's a shame.
Without saying it was a tough watch.
It's like I imagine the Michael Jackson biopic will be. It will be hard to watch it and be like, but you're not going to mention the kids.
Exactly. Like, yeah. I mean, for all we know, Trump has done worse and is on the same level to some people. But like,
he is, the Vince McMahon.
That Michael film, I'm going to care about a little bit more, not because I'm personally invested in any. Like, of course, music is a different forte anyway. Politics and music is two different.
You kind of have that more sort of like
I have
with it because it's
I'm disassociated with Trump. Yeah. I'm more disassociated with Trump.
I was disassociated.
But I'm more associated with music. So the Michael one, whether it's portrayed in the good light and it's more hee as opposed to nay.
Hee or no.
Yeah, hee or no. Yeah, we'll see about that. But really, really good roles. It goes into Ivana Trump and his marriages and his affairs on and off camera. Except Donald Trump isn't on camera 24/7 for all we know. His marriage life, love life, lack of love life, full of love life. It's Trump Tower, the construction of Trump Tower, Trump's dickhead father.
Is that like a shot straight out of the end of Revenge of the Sith, where it's just Trump and Jeremy Strong just like cross-armed watching it be built, and everyone's in it. Who would be the fucking who would be the good guy in this story? Who's the fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi of this?
Martin Donovan, Fred Trump's the dad. He weren't a good character. Brother, Fred Trump Jr.
He's a fucking KKK guy. So
Charlie Garrett.
Is there anyone in it that's like, oh, this guy's kind and it's not a Trump?
I mean, okay.
Andy Warhol. Andy Warhol is the Jesus.
Wow.
Well, strike me down. It's become more powerful than you could possibly imagine. Fucking hell. What a film. Would you actually, implore people to see it?
I'm a stan for Sebastian.
You do stand
Sebastian. I stand.
Did you see the other one he did?
I talk about A Different Man.
Yeah. That was really good.
That, yes.
So see Different Man, don't see the Trump one.
I felt like a different man watching A Different Man.
You look like a different man. He's a different face.
Well,
look, some sparkly fireworks. Look.
I love The Different Man.
Merry Christmas, everyone. I mean, happy Guy Fawkes bombing Parliament night, everyone.
Independence night.
Happy America.
Happy International Independence
Happy
Day.
International America.
National Election Day.
Yay.
No, Apprentice. Yeah, watch it if you're bored, but a different man, I'll say a different day, one more day. A Different Man, I implore most people to watch, and out of respect.
Oh, good.
I felt like a different man, and it was really good, and won't leave my soul.
Oh, that's really good. Do you want to give us a brief rundown of?
I did cover it.
Agatha.
All along, and that's a different woman.
That's a different woman,
and it was going all along.
Because I am someone that is still, at time of recording, not watched Agatha.
0 minutes in. Yeah.
0 minutes in. It's just one of them shows I've not had the time, and also it's 3 years later than I wanted it.
think that's
But
the
and
problem.
then everyone said
Everyone
how
didn't.
good it is.
And for the most part, I agree.
Okay.
But Michael and our friend Michael, not you in the corner, Michael.
I thought you were summoning
sorry.
some kind of ancient Kree soldier then. I am Michael.
Michael. Oh, Carlisle, not Carlisle. That's fucking DC. Yeah,
That's
Michael.
Superman.
Did Michael give a really good score? Did I imagine you said our friend Michael of Silver Screen Podcast?
Mr. Michael Wilson has praised the show.
it.
He wondered why he couldn't talk about that and had to talk about the spum. But yeah. So Agatha All Along, the 8-part Disney Plus?
9.
9. Oh, so WandaVision numbers.
It should have been 8.
Oh,
Without saying 9 was shit.
is it like how WandaVision was like? Oh, they had an episode cut because of COVID. This was like you could have just cut this episode. It's a shame.
Yeah, I suppose. But then, yeah.
Give me
the rundown.
The rundown of the premise. Where
Mm.
do we go? Because I'm not really worried about being spoiled. Because I think maybe me and Lara will start watching it maybe today because we need a new series to watch. So fuck it.
Yeah.
And WandaVision was our thing. Like we really enjoyed WandaVision.
WandaVision will always be my thing. I love
It's one of my
WandaVision.
favourites.
Love WandaVision.
New Disney Plus Steelbook Wave was announced.
Yes, you sent them to me, didn't you? Yes.
As it continues the 2 Star Wars to Marvel tradition that we're probably going to run out of Star Wars soon.
What have we had for Star Wars? Mando 1 and 2.
Unless
we
they
haven't
do,
had season 3.
unless they do Acolyte.
Oh, maybe.
The next one.
That's what I wanted to say weeks ago. Not as bad as people made it out to be. I
Still need
didn't
to watch
care
it,
about
yeah.
it. I didn't. I say it's not as bad, but I didn't care about it. No, yeah. I'm not going to die on the hill for the Acolyte.
Like
Kate Bush,
it's
but-
shit that like
Yeah.
excuse me, like it was very Netflix of them to be like, we'll make it and it's cancelled. Like Chaos has already been cancelled and things like that. Like Netflix
Yeah.
is very, we'll make it, and that's why people don't get invested in shows anymore because they know that it's probably going to get
It's going to
cancelled
go
anyway,
tomorrow.
whether people watch it or not.
But if you belong to Disney Plus, don't get attached to anything.
Don't
these
get attached to
days.
anything, or BBC iPlayer. Don't get attached.
Yeah,
Watch all of classic
you'll
Doctor-
find out 8 weeks in the future.
Watch all of classic Doctor Who.
How dare they? But there's 2 good ones that are gone. For all we know, yeah, more.
The
Anyway,
next
yeah.
Disney Plus wave is Mando season 3,
Yes.
Ahsoka,
Ah, good. Okay.
Hawkeye season 1. It's listed as.
Ooh.
I take a season 2 with Kate Bishop and a special guest appearance from Jeremy Renner as soon as he's all better. And Loki season 2.
Cool.
So the prophecy
Okay.
fulfilled when I said like, I need Loki season 2
So
now.
what Star Wars have we? So Mando, I know Mando 1 and 2,
Mando
Andor.
1 and 2 was the first one, then it was Andor and Obi-Wan.
So then we've not had season 3 of Mando. We've now got Ahsoka.
Season 3 is with Ahsoka.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, so I completely
So it
ignored
was
me then.
the
Yeah.
first. So there's been 3 Disney Plus Steelbook waves. First wave was Mando 1 and 2,
Yeah.
WandaVision and Loki season 1.
Yeah, I remember that.
Then it was Obi-Wan, Andor season 1, Falcon Winter Soldier, Moon Knight.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And now it's.
So is that up to date with Star Wars? I feel like they're showing it. Apart
Well,
from
there'll be
Acolyte.
Andor season 2 and Acolyte, I'm assuming, for the next
Hmm.
wave. Whenever if that comes out.
Well,
And
Andor
I'm-
season 2 will be like post next
Did
year.
you see the Disney Plus trailer, like what's coming next year in the release dates? Like your first look at Wonder Man and things like that.
We saw there was shots. I've seen a shot of.
Yeah, so it's like a trailer of like Daredevil is the 4th of March, whatever it is.
Brilliant.
Things
Good
like that.
stuff.
So I'm hoping that, like I said to you before, that maybe Daredevil will be, because they want to cash in because they know that Daredevil's been wanted by the fans for a long time.
For a long, long,
So,
long time.
Daredevil Born Again will definitely get a steelbook release.
For sure.
But then you look at it and go, oh, nice firework. You don't say that, but you look at it and go, well,
Yeah.
we own these now, and they never got a Blu-ray release of season 3.
So do we still book it and do 1 and 2
Yeah,
as well?
because like, am I realistically going to pay £45 for Miss Marvel? No. Would I pay 15 quid to have it on Blu-ray? Yes.
Hmm.
Like, I'd buy all of them at once if they were all 15 quid on Blu-ray, or like 25 on 4K. You know what I mean? So
But then they'll do a collection thing. They'll make it a standard edition, and I'll buy them then.
that's fine.
I
'cause
haven't
then-
committed to none of them. I've not bought any of them. I could buy WandaVision tonight.
Well, I mean, the good news that I said to you is that with the one I'm missing is Mando season 1
Yeah, that's
on
the
on Zavvi.com,
Hmm.
because I missed it late, so the pre-order. So when I was first using my Klarna, I got Mando season 2 was the only one available, and WandaVision and Loki, and I got my broken Loki fixed that, and that was some unboxings on the TikTok. I am pleased to say that Zavvi, when you pre-order it, so I pre-ordered all 4 of them, but they are restocking for pre-order more Mando season 1 and 2 if you haven't got them.
Oh.
So if you just wanted to, because Mike's thing is he's not got any of the Star Wars ones because he can't justify, you know, 4 steelbooks for 45 quid each,
Exactly.
which is fair enough.
Yes, I'm with you.
I mean, I'm a bit sort of like,
I'm
do
with
I
you.
need Ahsoka? But I've got Mando, and my whole thing was,
No.
if I don't get season 1, should I just get rid of season 2?
But I feel like if I was to buy any of the Star Wars, I would get Obi-Wan because of the prequels.
You should have done then because it went
I
on
could-
Amazon and it was.
Oh
on-
no, I could
It might still be on there because I think they're going to restock some of them just because of how popular
make
they've been.
them standard.
Standard edition.
They
I'd mop
have to do them.
mop the floor with them. The good ones,
Yeah.
I'm not bothered about like owning them in whatever. I'm happy to be owning Hawkeye.
Yeah,
I'm happy to
I'd
be on
buy
Moon
that
Knight.
tonight. I'd buy that tonight.
If they all go standard as well, I'd be more happy to do that and then
Yeah.
get rid of Disney Plus.
Yes,
Especially if it,
fuck you.
especially if it goes up again next year.
And I want to say a shout out to anyone that loves Twilight because again, I only know because of a work-related conversation mid-series, and then as of this week, just gone. But in like similar to Universe stuff, licensing deals, they went off of Disney Plus platform beginning of the year, but for whatever reason, the UK license was on a bit longer. But just like that, and that firework, it's gone.
Wow.
That was all 4
Those are big
Twilights,
ones.
all 5 gone.
Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Bang, bang.
Yeah,
But,
you
um,
can't commit to Disney Plus. Don't trust it. Don't trust any of them.
I would fully like
They
if it was
lie.
all standard. I would get rid of it. Like, am I going to want to spend 45 quid on Miss Marvel? Am I going to want to spend 45 quid on Secret Invasion? Definitely fucking not. No, Michael is doing the Marvel ones because obviously completionism.
Yeah. I'm with
And he said also like season 6 and 7 of Agents of Shield never got released on Blu-ray.
you. That's an injustice.
So hopefully,
Why?
because I think
Why the hell?
because
Not even America.
I don't think so. Not that he's found. And the Netflix MCU stuff was Daredevil 1 and 2. It
Yeah,
was nothing
they
past
never-
Defenders, was it? It was
Mm.
Daredevil 1 and 2, Jessica
Did
Jones.
the Defenders get released?
No.
Even. Oh. So pre-Defenders and nothing.
From Defenders onwards, you get nothing. But
Yeah.
apparently, he said that season 2 of Jessica Jones got released. So maybe they kind of toyed with
Yeah.
getting more out there. Happy fireworks, everyone. But you give us, while I just close this window, you give us the Agatha all along. They are some nice ones.
There's some fireworks all along.
Anyway,
Wow.
all along.
It's hocus pocus out there.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, Agatha all along there.
Yeah, Agatha all along. We're getting Hex live on the.
Go on, I think the other one's open. Go on, give us the rundown of
No.
Agatha.
So, Agatha and a certain. No. How do I even pitch this show? 3 years too late to like a fabulous semi-sequel to one of the best Disney Plus shows out there in all of the MCU. A show that's had more renames and resketches and retitles than any painting by Leonardo da Vinci. I was about to say DiCaprio.
Leo DiCaprio did it.
But yeah, Agatha Coven of Chaos, Agatha House of Harkness, something here,
Agatha the Lion Witch with Great Wardrobe.
Agatha insert third thing here.
But then it was the joke of the whole thing was that it was Agatha all
All
along
along.
was the show.
Dun dun dun. Not the theme tune.
How is
Why?
Catherine Hahn in this?
Fabulous.
Yeah.
She's fine like mulled wine. No, she is. She again. Wonderful return to the role, and as soon as she's on screen, she eats up the scenery. But carrying on from WandaVision, she's still under the spell and illusion that a certain witch cast over the town of Westview, and Agatha is powerless. She's DI Harkness. She's Detective like Constable Harkness. She's cleaning up the crime in Westview, and she's basically the town local crazy cop to begin with. So of course, Clueless isn't aware of who she is and what she can what she can do and what she has done, and she's humanized until about 15 minutes into episode 1, where the plot kicks in and she breaks free of a certain witch's spell, and
Is
a
that
mysterious.
Is that where it starts with that?
Of what
With,
was stuff? Sorry.
You know where Agatha's left at the end of
Yeah.
WandaVision? Does it pick up straight from there?
I mean, it's 3 years later it's 3 years later post Hex in Westview, because the people of the town seem to remember more than Miss Harkness, Detective Inspector Harkness. I don't know if that's her title, but she is a local cop. But yeah, 3 years after Westview, WandaVision, she was hexed, cursed, and then without going into detail, she essentially breaks free. 15 minutes into episode 1, the plot kicks in, the show happens, and she's back to being on fine form. But like WandaVision, which led that mystery drag for 3 episodes, I personally like seeing Agatha not being Agatha. Like, I liked clueless human, for the most part, ordinary Catherine Hahn. But instead of having at least an episode of her goofing around and being normal, it was ruined by the first 15 minutes. But aside from that, I get you couldn't do the same formula with WandaVision. So I understand that they had to kind of just get to the point of the show, because what is the point of Agatha all along anyway? But a certain mysterious teenager knocks on her door, and every time she asks him who he is, he's censored. Literally, like magical wisps come and cover his mouth. So we, the audience, are not supposed to know who he is, even though, again, it's kind of the most obvious reveal. Especially if you're on the internet and you're on social media, and more importantly, you've read the fucking comics, it's kind of an obvious gig. But yeah, I'll disclose that in a bit. But essentially, this teenager I think Agatha post Hex wants to become more powerful so she can get her revenge against this Scarlet Witch. This show talk. No, it's fine. Oh, and we're back. Okay. So the Scarlet Witch, she wants to become more powerful than she could possibly imagine to get her revenge on that Scarlet bitch. Sorry, it's Disney. Don't sue us. But essentially, they have to go down the road, down the witch's road, which becomes the new Agatha All Along jingle. In case you're wondering, I couldn't sing it because of copyright, and I'm not Catherine Hahn. But essentially, it's kind of follow the yellow brick road, and you get to the end of the witch's road, and there's a reward at the end, and you basically get what you want, kind of. But along the way, there's trials, which is essentially most of the episodes. The mid-episode format is these trials at the coven of witches that Agatha has to gather. Agatha and Teen have to gather to survive the road, essentially. So I'd then say episode 3 to at least 3, 4, and 5 are trials. Then you get episode 6, which is kind of the backstory episode. I'd compare it to episode 4 of WandaVision, where you have a break from all the magic goofy, sitcom, the sitcom madness.
Excuse me.
It's the episode 6 is essentially the other point of view. Yeah, from a certain point of view, you go back to the beginning, you find out something else that you didn't know before, and again, without fucking spoiling it, it's really bloody obvious. But a whole episode is committed to episode 6. But at least you get a nice cameo from Evan Peters. That was nice. World building and continuations and shit. And then I did the last 3 last night, and essentially episode 7 is another trial, and then episode 8 and 9 was a double build, like last week / 2 weeks ago by the time this comes out. So you have to watch 8 and 9 together, right? Because it's the finale, it's a double bill, and it hadn't been done before in the MCU. And all I can say is episode 8 deserved all the praise it got. It's truly, as a single episode goes, it's definitely one of the better MCU Disney Plus episodes, like, to air, pretty much. Amazing, solid episode. Ending was marvelous. Doomtish, kind of. I don't know if marvelous is the right word, but essentially, I really liked the ending. It led on a cliffhanger, and it perfectly would have led into the next Marvel project, and you would have anticipated a certain character's return in the form of Wiccan. Shit, I said it. Fuck. It's really fucking obvious. As if Joe, what's his name? The actor from Heartstopper. What's his name? Not Joe Keery. Joe, what's his name? Have you not watched Heartstopper on Netflix from a couple years ago? What is his name? Joe Long.
What happened?
Broke the lens.
Oh, brilliant.
Shit. Hang on. Carry on.
Essentially, this is the Scarlet Witch show where we can't show her on screen probably because of budgeting, and Elizabeth Olsen is too busy. MIA, maybe?
Gorgeous.
Question mark. Where is she? Who knows? She died under a rock, right?
Because there's a burst of energy.
Yeah. No, but I bet this show's confirmed it. She will be back. The amount of times they bring up Mummy Witch, and they can't not bring her back. They absolutely can't at this point. But then essentially it ends on a note where Billy and Agatha go along to find Speed,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
which is good
Does that mean there's going to be a season 2?
because there's nominations and award categories and stuff. That's like your Falcon and Winter Soldier and Hawkeye listed as season 1 in the physical media market. The fact that the category isn't up for like best limited series yet, they've kind of alluded to a season 2. At the minute, there's no confirmation. There's no post-credit scene in none of the episodes to hint at more to come. But in terms of Marvel projects, you absolutely need to see Joe Locke and Catherine Hahn on screen again to at least resolve the Wanda dilemma and the Young Avengers setup.
So is it up there? Because a lot of people are putting it up there with a lot of their favourite Marvel shows.
I think it's up in the upper echelon. I need to make a separate list of like TV because again, if it's just talking Disney Plus Marvel TV shows, X-Men '97 will forever be number 1. They're not MCU.
MCU
Yeah.
specific. Up there maybe.
Loki again, both seasons kind of is one.
As a complete story.
WandaVision is definitely there and won't be moved because that show was amazing in its own right.
After a fucking year-long break.
It was such a good,
First
unique
bit of
return.
Marvel,
Yeah, just magical, really magical stuff. Pun intended because of Elizabeth Olsen's fabulous fingers.
Oh,
Yeah, woo.
um,
Jesus. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of like not the cursed baby child of WandaVision, but this is maybe the third sibling where he's not the favorite child, he's not the hated child, he's kind of somewhere in between, and fate doesn't know what the show has in store for it.
Okay.
It could be renewed for another season down the line. It could be called something. It could be the Agatha and Wiccan show for all we know.
Do
No.
you know what I'm sick of?
Mm.
Do you know what I'm sick of? Right? Because I don't know if you've heard any of
Disney Plus.
Is instead of it a second season with an arc, the show's just renamed. So like Agatha all along is continuing from WandaVision. You know, at least Loki had a season 1 and 2. Like it shouldn't just be and it's one series and then we'll do something else.
Yeah, they're all limited series, but then the fact that this hasn't been worded
Like
in some of the categories. Yeah.
Vision Quest will be like a season 3 or 4 of this saga. We shall see.
Critics loved it, praised its production, the production value. Some of the humor was good, and the cast
Only some.
performances. Yeah, all of it shucked. No, but in terms of going back to Donald Trump, which I wouldn't think I'd ever do, I wouldn't think I'd ever do with a witches show. Catherine Hahn,
Setting
Agatha
on
Harkness,
fire
is a
on the-
real bitch in this. And it never, like, unlike most anti-hero or villain films like Joker, like Venom, you know, where they do the villain story where you're following a villainous character and they do have to make the protagonist more likable or redeem them slightly to make you think, oh, they're not as bad as a person as they were previously on screen. Agatha Harkness is a bitch in this. You get to the point where you want to say you like her, but then she'll do something to like undercut someone or reveal her other motivations, and you as a viewer can never quite agree with her or trust her, which is, I guess, is the power, it's the beauty of its writing. But Catherine Hahn gets all the praise for it, but at the same time I couldn't stop fucking hating her character. Not because I didn't like it, because I didn't like it, but we as the viewer are not supposed to like her because she's a villain, and the show did a very good job at not going over that line of the point of, oh, she wasn't as bad as she was in WandaVision. Maybe Agatha did have a point about Wanda being a bitch, but no. Out of the two, Agatha's definitely a bitch still, and forever will be. But this isn't the last of her. But again, how is this going to impact the wide multiversal saga? Well, if we find Wiccan's brother, then maybe we could have an answer. Who knows? But it probably won't be another 5 years from now. We'll be in phase 8 with no sense of direction. All right, we'll have a certain doomsday and a certain battle world to hopefully overcome. But, for whatever reason, the Young Avengers won't be involved. there won't be no Wiccan and Speed and Hulkling and insert Young Avengers name here, where they're going to be the cosmic balance that fix everything. There will not be no Avengers. There won't be no sense of direction, and it probably will be rebooted after Battleworld. And maybe Agatha and go and find my brother all along will never happen, and it will be for nothing. But unless we've got Vision Quest, TBA, maybe question mark, or yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it was fun. It was good on a single individual value, in a sort of a single individual project. Yeah, I can understand some of the praise and scores, and widely compared to other material, it's more on the positive side, on the positive scale. But Witches aren't my favorite subgenre of, if you want to call it horror or monster genre. Witches isn't my, I guess, best subgenre, but this and Hocus Pocus conveniently had a nice back-to-back rub on each other.
Oh, naughty. Well, that's cool, though.
Yeah.
So you were very in your witching season.
Kind
now
of.
it's
Unintentionally, but I was, yeah.
You were unintentionally... We were very unintentionally Halloweeny there,
Yeah.
which is quite good. So have you guys seen Agatha all along? Is it one of your favourite MCU Disney Plus shows at the minute? What are you looking forward to out of the new, coming soon from Disney Plus in 2025 / December 2024 when What If Season 3 comes out?
Oh, I forgot about that, yeah.
So
Will we get more Moon Knight?
December 2025 is Wonder Man.
December 25.
Yes. But it looks
No.
good.
It did look great. I
It
just
did
didn't think it
look
was
good.
that far.
Do you want me to
Wow, December 25. Oh,
Do you want me to sort of find the thing for you?
I mean, yeah.
You might have to find
Oh.
it. I've got 2%.
I will read
Then we see you next week for more.
House of Harkness, Catherine Hahn endorsement. Maybe.
Endorse me.
It's been
Good luck, America.
It's been America all along.